Welcome everyone, it is Wednesday night. It is Wednesday, right? I am correct on Wednesday?
Yes, it is Wednesday, big homie.
This week has been a wild, wacky week. What week isn't? You're listening to Just About Outside Radio Show. I am Mark on the other end of that line, as always. The biggest fan of pizza you will ever find. Keisha.
Let's crack-a-lackin' outside. It's happy hump day. Happy to be here with you guys on this Wednesday night. And the football NFL official preseason is underway, much to the delight of many a football fan across the nation, especially here at Jabo and in the 410. Got a lot to talk about with these Ravens, baby.
You know, I know they say it about Christmas time, but to me, this is the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay, my man. Agreed. You know, I love, we love all sports, really, but when the seasons start to overlap, man, I'm like a kid in a candy store, for real. My eyes are just big and my head's on a swivel, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and then you got that sweet spot, like, around late October, early November.
Yeah, you get all the TV time in during that season. But, let's go and get into it, man. What's going on around town? Like I said, first and foremost, we're going to talk about these Ravens. Man, the Ravens had their first preseason game last Saturday down at the bank. We had the 504 come into town, the New Orleans Saints. And before we actually talk about the game, Mark, I think it's worth talking a little bit about the new setup this season in regards to the number of games that are played and how the regular season is going. For those who don't know, Mark, you want to give our outsiders a little taste of some of the changes that the NFL has made for the 2021 season?
They extended the season of games, so there's 17.
Yep.
But, it makes it so that no team is 500. They're either above or below, which I kind of like. But then
I do too. I never understood why they did the 16. That kind of bothered me. But then they had it was 16 including the bye week, correct?
Yes.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But then, also, that means some teams have 8 home games and 9 away, and others have 9 home and 8 away, so it kind of screws them too. But football's football, so I'll take it all in.
Yeah, outsiders, let me know what you guys think about the new setup. Are you all for one more extra game of football? Hit us up on the feed. Let us know if you're feeling that new change or not. I, for one, I think I'm pretty much indifferent. I'm interested to see how the coaches are going to handle the third game. Because remember, when you had the 4-game setup, It was usually that fourth game that you got the majority of the starters playing the majority of the game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if these coaches, and I think we talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago, if these coaches are going to elect to just let their starters sit, for this entire preseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think every coach has a different philosophy about it. Like, some they might do more the middle of the preseason and then let the starters rest more the third game now.
Yeah.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. Whatever gets us to that first game of the season and keeps the players healthy, which healthy is a big question the Ravens have right now.
All right, no doubt, man, no doubt. Lots of questions with going on with the Ravens as far as position players are concerned. But as I said, they had their first preseason game against the Saints this past Saturday here in Baltimore. Little or maybe well-known fact, because I don't think I really realized it until they said it during the broadcast. Going into the game, the Ravens had won 17 straight preseason games. Did you know that?
I didn't realize it was that many. Dang.
Yeah, they're like the preseason champs. But we need to move from being the preseason champs to getting that ultimate chip for real. That ain't really nothing to be all excited about for real. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I mean that's pretty neat that our second and third stringers continuously come through for the Ravens and for the fans, because this is really our first look to see these guys in action. So we had, as you all know, Lamar Jackson did not play. We had two guys quarterbacking. It was a tale of two. I could say a tale of two halves with Trace McSorley and Tyler Huntley both out there to show off their skills and to prove that they could be the second man in line now that we no longer have RG3. And big ups to RG3, man, trying to be an analyst. I'm very interested to see how that works out too.
Yeah, and not only did he get the analyst job, he also had it written in his contract that he could pursue more quarterbacking jobs, and if he gets the offer, he's gone.
Yeah.
Smart man.
So he's looking for the bag, man. He's looking for the bag any which way, by any means necessary. Gotta love that,
Yeah.
Nah, was never a big fan of his hairdos, but gotta love his business savvy. So back to Trace and Tyler, P&P. All right, man. So the Ravens win the game, make it 18 straight. The game was pretty dry. I actually thought the Ravens were going to lose this game for I'm like, oh man, they done talked about this, this streak, and now they're going to bust it. But they ended up pulling the game off to tune, 17 to 14?
Wasn't it like 14-9, 17-9, something like that? 17-9, 17-9.
No, 17-14, dude.
Oh, was it 14?
17-14. Yeah, 17-14. Ravens. And I want to ask the outsiders, Mark. I wanted to ask you. We saw two very nice pieces of both Trace McSorley and Tyler Huntley. Who do you think had the better game? I mean, these guys had pretty much equal amount in attempts, throwing attempts, and kind of different results. So I'm very interested to hear what you thought about the two games and who actually had the better game for the Ravens on Saturday.
Well, I've mentioned it before. I may have mentioned it last show. Like, I like Trace McSorley. I really do. The dude, like, he seems humble and all that, but he's got to produce on the field. And I know it's only preseason, but when he was drafted, they said he was a lot like Lamar Jackson, which really bodes well for the offense.
McSorley?
Yeah, Trace McSorley. When they drafted him, they said he was a lot like Lamar, played a lot like Lamar, which is great for the offense, because when you have to resort to a backup, you don't want someone that plays a totally different game. But he has not shown me that on the field at all. He might run a faster 40 than Tyler Huntley, but the 40 doesn't matter when you get on the field and you got 380-pound linebackers coming down on you. And Trace had that fumble, and
did he get sacked?
Yeah, and he might have this injury that they're saying, like his back or whatever. But Tyler Huntley, he proved it on the field last year in regular season when they had to go to him.
Yes.
And he proved it on the field this weekend. And
yes.
Huntley's my number 2, and unless Trace shows something, we might just need 2 on the sheet. Come regular season.
Let me just say this: anybody that said that Trace McSorley was anything like Lamar Jackson is straight up a booty huff. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Trace is looking like Trace McBooty Huff out there on the field, for real. And that's our first booty huff of the night, man. I know that there are a lot of high hopes for this kid, but the greatness to me remains to be seen. He had 18 attempts, 11 completions. That's not bad. 86 yards. Like you said, you did get the INT, you did get the sacks, and like I said, they were very similar attempts with Huntley. But Huntley went 12 for 16, 79 yards. That's much more efficient. Not only that, Huntley, 6 minutes to go, had pretty much the game-winning touchdown, 7-yard TD into the end zone.
Yeah.
He also had 42 yards on 6 carries, man. Now, between the two, sorry to say, guys, Huntley was the one that was more reminiscent of Lamar Jackson. And I have to agree with Mark. Until I see something else from McSorley, Tyler Huntley has to be, it's got to be the number 2 guy behind Lamar Jackson. I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson was delighted to see his performance Saturday night against the Saints, yo.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Harry's saying that Trace is going on the IR.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's from his back or if it was some embarrassment, for real. But I'm hearing that he might not play in his upcoming game against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. Also, we will see how that pans out. Ravens fans and football fans alike, man. I just wasn't impressed with him. I think he still has a lot to work on, and when you it's just so hard, because you're at a great disadvantage because Lamar Jackson just came in, unmolded, so raw, and just did so well. So now the expectation, he just really set the bar high, and expectation is just very high. So, I really feel like McSorley's really got to tighten that game up if he's really going to be taken seriously in consideration for that backup number 2 position.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. He's going to miss the rest of the preseason, which...
I knew that.
And I thought I heard that they signed another quarterback, probably, so Lamar doesn't have to play a whole lot of preseason, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley's going to lock up that number 2. Trace, he's already done a year on the practice squad, so are they going to do that again? I don't see it happening because, practice squad, some deals, like, players after, like, a year aren't even eligible for the practice squad, so...
Right. Which is tough.
Either outright cut him or put him in as the number 3, but, if he has the skills they say he does, maybe another team would try to poach him if they have a need. You never know, but Trace can be seen at number 3.
Me personally, I think that cut card's coming, bro.
You think so?
Yeah. He's out for the. Think about it, Leo. He's out for the preseason, so he's not going to be able to redeem himself. And if they did, in fact, pick up another quarterback, and this guy, whoever he is, does well, aren't you kind of forced to do that?
Kenji Behar is the name of the 4th quarterback.
Kenji. Gosh.
He's so low on the totem pole. He's so low on the totem pole, ESPN doesn't have a picture of him.
Okay. All right, we're going to have to see. I'm pretty sure he's going to get some burn. When did they acquire him? When did they pick him up?
Last week sometime. I remember hearing about
Okay,
it
so then he should get some burn this Saturday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't stick, yeah. So I'm very interested to see how he does, and we'll give our Jabo grades on that guy next week. But
ESPN doesn't even have his age either.
That's fucked up, man. Yeah. Second booty up of the night goes out to ESPN. Man, do your job. Okay? Let's go. All right, let's talk about the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the defense, man. Mark, how impressed were you with our defense this game on Saturday night?
Hey, defense looking good.
Hell yeah. Back to normal. Business as usual.
I get it. It's second, third stringers out there mostly during preseason games.
I don't give a damn.
But they're looking strong, and it's funny, like especially under the Flacco years, but now with Lamar even, our offense is what's getting looked at the most and praised and touted. But that defense, man, smacking, son. Smacking. This could be one of the greatest Ravens defenses ever, and that's saying a lot.
Weren't we over the moon with these guys last season?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
It's something special in the works. Let's hope they all stay healthy, or as healthy as you can during the football season. I know Marlon Humphrey's out with he had a really scary injury during practice, I believe, or was it during the game? But
I think it's practice.
Yeah, during practice. But let's just get those normal knocks and wear and tear and nothing major, and this defense is going to be scary come postseason.
Yeah, man. Yeah, keeping a New Orleans Saints offense scoreless 3 of the 4 quarters. And, they only got those 2 touchdowns in, I believe, the second quarter that was. And, I got to give 2 shout-outs for real. For the first shout-out, I got to give to a guy that seemed like he was just all over the place, man. Patrick Queen.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't he look good? He look good? He looks great. He looks great, man. And I also got to give another shout-out, man, to my parents' next-door neighbor, Mr. Jaylen Ferguson, yo. He was out there doing his thing, too, man. And, it's crazy because I've yet to meet this guy. He's been living next door to my parents for like over a year, and I've yet to meet this guy.
See, we got to do the whole Labor Day cookout again and see if we can get him over.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's so funny because he's got like a new dog, right? And he's a really cool guy. Let me just tell you outsiders, man. This guy is really cool and humble. From time to time, because my parents live in a cul-de-sac and he lives right on the outside of it. He'll bring my parents' trash cans down because they're slightly older and whatnot. And I guess if he's around, he'll bring it down to their garage for them. And I was so surprised when I heard it. You know what I mean? Like when he first moved to the area, it was a little rocky. Because he's from Louisiana. He was a young guy. And he was very happy to be, I guess, in the NFL and whatnot, and with this, it's been
a
young guy in his 20s. Yeah, making money, nice little house. My man had a party that just set the whole damn neighborhood out, man. Somebody had to call Ray Lewis to come talk to this dude and tell him to calm down a little bit. It was crazy. And he had these two dogs. He had like these 2 huge pit bulls, and my mom, she's scared of big dogs, and she calls me one day, and she's like freaking out. I'm like, Mom, what is wrong with you? She's like, I thought you were here with your dog, but then when I looked outside, this is like Jaylen Ferguson's dogs were like on our deck. And she was there by herself, like freaking out, man. It's so hilarious.
Oh, no.
So they had to get him to come get the dogs and whatnot, man. It's so crazy. But he looks like he just bought he just got another little baby Rottweiler. So my mom's going to be thrilled. I didn't tell her yet, but she'll be thrilled to hear about that, But big shout out to Jaylen Ferguson, man, and Patrick Queen, man. I really enjoyed watching them play on Saturday. Let's give the defense a grade, Mark. What you feeling?
Oh, A+.
Man. A+, man. I'm feeling that too. We had a lot of sacks. We had a lot of solo sacks. A couple people sharing some sacks, man. Fumble recoveries. I mean, they were just looking. I mean, defense and special teams, yo. Even the kicking, man. You know, very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, Gray had a couple of, Gray and Duvernay, pretty solid kick returns too. I mean, just like, defense and special teams. I gotta agree with Mark, man. I gotta go with that A piece, man. It was just all around. It was good to watch on the defensive side of the ball. Like Mark said, it really gives you high hopes for the season, for the upcoming season, man. And it's also, can I also say this, Mark? Is it not refreshing to know that if our starters on defense do go down, we got some next guys up that's ready to crack some heads, yo.
Oh, yeah. Your depth is there.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier in the show, this Saturday, they're taking it down south. We are playing the Carolina Panthers. The Ravens and the Panthers, they had joint practice today. And in normal joint practice fashion, of course, we had a fight between two teams. They always do that shit. So crazy. They act like they don't know how to act. But Lamar was out there slinging the ball around. We are not sure if we'll see him on Saturday. I seriously doubt that we will. But, the possibility is out there.
Yeah.
And we are dealing, they're dealing with a team in the Carolina Panthers that have a lot of question marks, man, a lot of uncertainty. So, just like a lot of players on the Ravens squad, they're looking to find their way as well. So, I'm actually, I think we're going to have another low-scoring, kind of dry kind of game as we had with the Saints.
Yeah, and
we do still have a lot of injuries, and I believe they have a lot of injuries as well, because I do not believe McCaffrey is playing right now.
Yeah, that one. I like McCaffrey. McCaffrey's awesome.
Yeah, me too.
His dad is one of my favorite players on the Broncos, so
he's a horse. He's a horse. Good guy.
But yeah, it doesn't. You can't say it enough. It's preseason, so of course, like, we're gonna see the second and third stringers, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh stringers out there that aren't gonna, be playing ball come September. The guys that are already injured, they're gonna be resting them up as much as possible. So yeah, low scoring. We might not see 19 in a row preseason wins. I'm okay with that, just as long as September 9th comes. And we're looking good.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Huntley. Yeah, that's one thing I will be looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll be looking forward to seeing, if he can back up that Saints game with another impressive performance. So hopefully he will. But let's keep it moving. What's it, about 7:23? All right, look, guys, we're gonna take a quick little break, whistle. When we come back, we're going to talk about the other part of 410 Sports, the lowly Orioles, and the new Bobby Bo in town. Find out who that is. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. It's just a bit outside.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show. Thanks for tuning in. Share the link, share the love. Check us out on Facebook, on YouTube. Talking the Ravens, and it's the bright spot in the Baltimore sportscape. So I guess this back half we got to go to the not so bright spot.
Yep. That's right. You guys already know. You don't have to play no guessing game here. Baltimore Orioles. Oof. Are on a 13-game losing streak. I think this might be longer. This might be longer than the 11 or 12 game losing streak they had earlier in the season.
13, I think. Yeah.
Was it 13? But the first time?
I think so. They're the first major league team to have two 13-loss streaks in the same season.
Freaking crap! Okay, well, matching an all-time low. They are at this point again. Like I said, 13 L's in a row. Tonight they are playing Tampa Bay. We have Spencer Watkins versus who the hell? Luis Head. The odds makers are not very hopeful because Tampa Bay Rays, I believe, are like minus 340, which means there's no chance in hell that the Orioles are going to win this game. They're probably going to drop this one tonight. So, at this the lowest of the low, Mark, you can't help but looking ahead because they have a game at Tampa Bay tonight, game Tampa Bay tomorrow, then they come back home from August 20th to August 29th, a brilliant homestand, but, not a whole lot to be happy about because you got Atlanta coming to town, you got Los Angeles coming to town, and then you're dealing with Tampa Bay Rays all over again. So, I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to take an L tonight. If they don't, then I will be my own Booty Huff pick of the week come next week. But, Mark, I wanted to ask you, man, looking at the road ahead, when do you think the Orioles can actually win a game?
This season?
No! Ouch! That hurt. That hurt my home team hard.
So who do they have coming up after this?
So, okay, let me give it to you. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they have the Atlanta Braves. They'll be, and they've got a trio that's pretty decent. They've got Freed, Smiley, and Toussaint. We have Aiken, L, Harvey. That might be an L. And Means was not looking very good his last which was his first game off of injury, right? It didn't look that great.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll turn things around. I'm giving a 50-50 shot on Sunday. At a win. After that, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 games against Los Angeles. We are going to be looking at Bundy, a familiar face here in Baltimore. Shohei Ohtani and Quintana. Okay? Spencer Watkins will be back on the mound against Bundy. Lopez against Ohtani. Lopez can't fucking win a game to save his life. And again, Aiken, he's not that great either. Will we win any of those games? I really do not think so. If we cannot win Sunday, August 22nd against Atlanta, I am going to put it all on the back of the Dark Knight Friday, August 27th against the Tampa Bay Rays when Harvey takes the mound against Michael Wacha, who is not having a great season either. I think Harvey can get it done against Wacha. Now, that being said, Friday the 27th is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games away, so they could potentially have 21 L's in a row. Lord, help me. It's horrible.
It's not like we haven't seen 21 losses with this team. Not this season, but I remember when Dave Tremblay. Remember those Dave Tremblay days?
Yeah.
I remember they opened the season 0-21 once. So, at least this time there's like something to look forward to. Not this season. But,
We're rebuilding.
Baseball America. They just named the Orioles farm system the number 2 farm system in all of baseball.
Man, get the hell out of here, man. Okay, let's lean on that, guys. At 4-1-0, let's lean on that. All right, that's fine. We'll do that.
I mean, they got some quality pitching and some big bats coming up. So, it's going to take a while, but 2-3 years from now, finally. Might win more than 80 games, 40 games.
Yeah. Well, look, outside, I'm going to go ahead and give you another booty huff of the night. And that goes to Keisha and Mark for saying that they were going to hit whatever over that it was at the beginning of the season, because they are not going to do it. I can't remember what the number is, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. We were booty huff for thinking that they were.
I just wanted to get them less than 100 losses, but that doesn't look so good either.
Hell no. We are now the worst team in the league. Man, the Arizona Diamondbacks was holding that Jones strong. They were so strong with that shit. That was the one thing we could say. Well, not as bad as Arizona. But now, lo and behold, we are the lowest man on the totem pole. And that just makes me really sad. I'll tell you one person who isn't sad. Can you tell me one person who isn't sad?
Oh. He's sitting
See where I'm going with that?
He's sitting on the beaches of Florida, all retired now, getting a tan. Mr. CD Chris Davis.
Chris Booty Hump Davis is now part of the Come Through crew. Man, Thursday, Chris Davis announced his retirement after 14 years in the Major League. And man, I'm saying, like, he retired in style. Okay? This guy still has about $42 million left to receive from the Orioles. And he will be receiving that from 2023 to 2037, folks. That's 14 years of payments. And I think the first 3 years, he's set to receive like $9.6 million a year because he deferred or something like that. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah. Something like that.
So first 3 years, 9.6. His final year in 2037, I believe it'll be like $1.4 million. Mm-hmm. He'll be 51 years old. Mark, is it safe to say that Chris Davis is the new Bobby Bonilla of the Major League?
Oh, absolutely. And I got to give a come through to you. When we were celebrating Bobby Bonilla Day a few weeks back, you even said Chris Davis was going to be that next one.
I did, man. And thank you for those props. I knew it was coming because there's just absolutely nothing that you can do with this guy. And you know what? I feel so bad for him because I know he really tried, and it just seems like after the whole what was that shit called, man?
The Adderall
situation. I mean, like, his career just took a major dive, and I don't think he was ever able to recover from that. I mean, you never want to see somebody who started off so great to end on such a low note. But man, when you're still swimming and you still got $42 million ahead of you, I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a damn at this point.
He's wiping them tears away with hundreds.
Yeah, baby. Ain't nothing better for some tears than some cold hard cash. You know what I'm saying?
And real talk.
Yeah.
The year before, I think it was the year before the Orioles let Nelson Cruz get away because they didn't like signing big contracts. Chris Davis was just a monster on the ball.
Yes, he was.
Most home runs in the league, like 50, something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't fault them at all for signing that deal. It looked like a good deal at the time. Yeah. And, good on Davis for getting that deal. I mean, he's going to get paid for a while.
Yeah, and just if you guys didn't know the details of that deal, I mean, all this is the result of a 7-year, $161 million contract that he signed in 2016 with the Orioles. So, I believe there were some lessons learned, front office of the Orioles, with that one. I don't know. I still don't think this one hurts as bad as the Bobby Bo, but it's damn close, dude.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's damn close because this really puts the organization in a it put them in a tight spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, hey man. Cheers, Chris Davis, and enjoy that. Enjoy those millions, man. All right, let's keep it going. To the fun part of the night, we're gonna have our WTF, our booty huffs, and our come-throughs. Which one you want to do first, man?
Do you want to do booty huffs?
All right, let's do it.
I got a good booty huff. Sticking in the realm of baseball. You go up 95.
I hope you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
I don't know. You go up 95 up to New York there, and
Yes, you are. Yes. Okay.
An organization that hasn't been faring too well is the New York Mets. That they've definitely seen better days. They've got this new owner that came in and made some sweeping changes. So sweeping that he hired a GM and fired him the next day. Which legitimately the dude needed to go because he had some heinous allegations out there. But the owner clearly didn't do his research on the guy. And what did he do? He tweeted about unproductive hitters in August. That the Mets are seeing in this 14 game losing streak or whatever. I mean, dude, it's all at the top. You're the one that sets the precedent and sets them up for success, and you're gonna be calling out the players like that. That's straight booty huff.
Yeah, man. And it's so crazy. I feel like, and you let me know if you feel differently. I feel like the Mets are kind of spiraling out of control. And it's so disappointing because they have a lot of talent there. I mean, hell, you got the best pitcher. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, best pitcher in baseball right now, Jake DeGrom, man.
Yeah.
You managed to get Lindor, and it just seems like the big wigs are straight up tripping right now. And I don't know if that's a result of frustration, if you will, but they're still. I mean, the Mets are still in a pretty good spot right now, aren't they? I believe they are. No, they're not. Oh, okay, yeah, they fall. Yeah, ooh. Okay, I'm sorry. I have not been paying to the National League East because they are. I thought they were right on Atlanta's heels, but they are not. They are not. They are 4.5 games out of first, and they are now behind the Philadelphia Phillies, who haven't been playing that great, and the Mets are below 500.
Yeah.
So I guess I can see the frustration. But dude, shut the hell up. I mean, honestly, it's just a weirdo. Just a weirdo. So yeah, that's a good booty huff, man.
He needs to be one of them quiet owners that just lets the people do their thing.
Yeah. Do you have any other booty huffs?
That's all that I got right now. But actually, Harry threw one up on the feed, and I got to agree with this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott catches COVID at an anti-mask campaign. Very well-known anti-masker there. And, you don't want to see anyone get sick, but, bro, you're trying to prove a point, and you proved it the wrong way.
Oh, man. You know what we always say, there are two very special places in the United States, and that's Florida and Texas. So, they never disappoint. They always keep us laughing. Thanks for that. Harry, man. Appreciate you, bro. I got a booty huff. I got one booty huff, yeah. Okay. And you know how I feel when it comes to fans. They fucking get on my nerves so bad, and they keep it going. So, a couple of days ago, Kyrie Irving is he's out and he's in public, and I believe it was at some type of it was a one of those kids basketball camps, right? Yeah. So he's just doing his I guess his civic duty as an NBA star. He's at this basketball camp, making an appearance, trying to show these young kids a good time and giving them some pointers and some good basketball coaching stuff. You know what I mean? So of course this guy cannot live And don't get me wrong, everybody knows I think Kyrie Irving is a complete weirdo in Space Cadet. But in this situation, this guy's out here just trying to live, man. And of course, he cannot be out here and live. There is some guy who, of course, is going live with this or putting it on social media, talking about, so, man, Kyrie, I can lock you up on defense. Okay? You're talking about one of the best scorers in the NBA right now. There's some random dad telling an NBA star that he can lock him up on defense. And this is where the booty huff comes in. But I gotta give the come through because Kyrie Irving's clapback was so awesome. He says, "In what universe, bro?" And you know, all the kids had a good chuckle about that, man. And you can find that on the Bleacher Report page, man, because this whole thing was videotaped, man. And Kyrie Irving's face when this guy's like, "Yeah, man, I can shut you down on defense." He was literally like, look at this clown. So, man, come through on Kyrie with the clapback, man. I love a good clapback, man. And I encourage all professional athletes to exercise your clapback rights against these fans, man, because a lot of these jokers be high. And you need to put them in their place. So, that's my booty huffing, kind of like a come through, wrapped into one.
Them fans,
do we
man.
have you got a WT, what do you want to do next? You want to do the WTFs or you want to do the come throughs?
Let's see. How about come throughs? Okay,
let's do it.
Yeah. I got a couple of really good come throughs.
Okay, let's do it. You're probably going to say one of mine, but
you
let's
might
go.
have, yeah. First up is NFL preseason's going down,
Yes.
and teams are always signing people, even if they're just going to bring them in for training camp and whatnot. Detroit, they bring in running back Craig Reynolds. He had a hell of a time getting to the tryout. Tryout was in front of the GM. He had a couple delayed flights, didn't get in till like midnight.
Yeah.
He gets signed on Thursday. The Lions have their game on Saturday. He joins the team pretty much like as the game's getting ready. And he's actually in the huddle introducing himself to other players, like as they're playing the game. This dude comes in, scores his first ever NFL touchdown. It might be preseason, but from getting on an airplane, getting there late, getting signed, introducing yourself to other players in the huddle to scoring, that's a come through.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was really, really cool. Super cool. Now, I want to take it from football and take it to the baseball down, take it back, man.
Okay.
Yo, last week, I got to give a big, super huge come-through to Major League Baseball for their Field of Dreams game. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. How awesome was that? Out there in the Iowa cornfield, famous cornfield, where the famous movie Field of Dreams was shot, starring Kevin Costner and my man James Earl Jones. It's so crazy. I saw that movie for the first time with El Boogie. Were we at the drive-in? Yeah, we were on Benji's.
Really?
Was that last year? Yeah, last summer. That was my first time watching it, man. I really freaking enjoyed it. If you build it, they will come. And, MLB did that, man. And they had, of course, they had MLB sweethearts out there. New York Yankees took on Chicago White Sox. Alex Rodriguez got to call the game. Man, they had Kevin Costner on deck. I mean, it was just really super, super nostalgic, man. Super nostalgic. And just really quickly, kind of just to go just a bit outside of the sports realm, Alex Rodriguez put a tweet out. He had saying that he had a lot of fun hanging out with Kevin Costner. And Alex Rodriguez gave his top 5 movies for Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to let you. And, not bad. The last selection was a bit surprising, but, not bad. Of course, number 1, it being that Alex Rodriguez is a baseball player, number 1 was Field of Dreams. Very good. Very good. Number 2, Untouchables, which would probably be my number 1 spot because, man, I mean, Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, they got it in on that joint.
Yeah.
Number 3, No Way Out, which I am ashamed to say I have not watched that movie. Have you seen that movie?
I don't know because I can't think of what it's about. So probably not, but maybe.
I'm going to say no. Yep. Okay. Another movie, 4, Bull Durham. That was another baseball movie, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And last but not least, The Bodyguard. I was very surprised by that selection by Alex Rodriguez. But we all know how much he loves his singers and performers. Yeah. So, I mean, it might have had a little something to do with Whitney Houston on that jam. But, yeah, I thought that was really cool, man. So, big shout out to Major League Baseball, Iowa, everybody for coming together and pulling off, which I think was a success, the Field of Dreams game, man. Very looking forward to. I think they're going to make this a yearly tradition because they've already got next year set up. So, super freaking cool, man.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny, like, NHL, they've had their outdoor New Year's Eve or New Year's Day game for years now. But with the success of the Field of Dreams, I've heard like other sports are looking at trying similar things to get that fan interest because the fan interest went through the roof for this thing. Yeah,
absolutely. You got another come through?
Yeah, I got another come through, and it's kind of still developing, but very scary incident last night. The Oakland A's. They were playing. Who were they playing against? Oh, the White Sox, and ace Chris Bassett out there on the mound, second inning, and pretty much the thing any pitcher fears the most, and got hit right in the face with the ball, and he went
Holy
down.
Crap! Are you serious?
Yeah, he went down hard. They said when he went down, they could actually see blood, and thankfully, right after when it happened, they of course rushed him to the hospital, but he was conscious and aware. And I was reading a little bit ago that he suffered a facial fracture somewhere, but that could have been so much worse.
Holy crap!
It's something that you're kind of surprised doesn't happen a whole lot more in baseball, considering just all the different factors. But I hate to see that happen. But at least he's safe and awake and aware and everything.
Wow! Prayers up for that guy, man.
I'm kind of scared to even look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about that shit. I ain't gonna do that.
Oh, so I should send it to you.
No, I was saying I know I'll probably get a link sent to me later on this evening. But all right, well let's try to turn things around with some WTFs. I got a WTF for you, man.
Okay.
And this is for your home area, Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they just got all types of good things happening for them as of late. As I mentioned earlier, no longer the worst team in baseball. But they had we've talked about how this season, we can call this season the Major League Baseball season of no-hitters, right? We got no-hitters just falling out all over the place.
Yeah.
And now, the Arizona Diamondbacks said, man, I want to get in on the fun. And Tyler Gilbert took the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks last week, 27-year-old pitcher making his first start in Major League Baseball, man. Dude pulls off the no-hitter in his first game ever. Can you believe that?
That is amazing.
I know. How amazing is that? And what a freaking confidence builder. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm saying his name again. Tyler Gilbert of the Arizona Diamondbacks, 27 years old. Look this guy up. Man, if this first start is an indication of what his career is going to be like, look out. Look out. Man, big ups to Mr. Gilbert. Congratulations. And what the fuck? Dude, what the hell? And he did that, and you know what? And you know what also makes him so awesome? He did it against the Padres.
Really? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Kicking ass and taking names. All right. What do you got, Mark? WTF?
real quick aside, you mentioned the Padres. If Tatis isn't like the next just huge name, like the face of the sport, I don't know who is. Like that dude is so amazing.
Man. Well, let me tell you something, yo. Tatis, El Nino, my man has got some kick-ass numbers, and you know he's got all the charisma, you know. But you know what? Cedric Mullins is right up in there with him, man. He's right up there with him, yo. I mean, like as far as his stats, there was another. I can't remember who the third guy was. Remember when El Boogie? I was saying, like, you know, there's three guys out there that are really killing it right now. It was Tatis. It was Cedric Mullins. Who? No, it wasn't Soto. I can't remember who it was. Forget the third guy. Not the point. But, you know, these two guys, they've just been really having kick-ass years. And, you know, it's going to, I'd have to say, Mark, it's going to be I believe, a hard-fought, it's going to be hard-fought for the face of the league. And it's between El Nino and Shohei Ohtani, man. You know, I mean, because he's been having an amazing season as well. And, you know, capped off with an amazing All-Star game. You know, those two guys they're going to be battling for that face.
Oh yeah.
Of the major league, man. And that's going to be one hell of a battle to watch over the next couple of months and, you know, seasons to come.
For sure.
God, such great young talent in the major leagues, man. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it, man. And I'm so happy that it's international talent as well.
Yeah.
It just brings so much more to the game, man. And I'm just so grateful for it. Do you have any other WTFs for tonight?
Yeah, I got a couple. One's serious, so I don't want to do the serious one last because we don't like that shit.
Yeah.
So the serious one is, you know, the year is 2021, correct? Like.
Correct.
You know, and this is a time
that... Oh, Lord. Is this going to be some racial shit? Is somebody about to piss me off?
In that vein, but not quite.
Hey, lay it on me.
You know, everything going down there in Houston with the Deshaun Watson case.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
You know,
yeah.
We live in a time that sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, rape, and all that those are very serious allegations.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm not saying, you know, automatically assume the guy is guilty.
Yeah.
But also, don't minimize women that come out and make this claim.
Yeah.
And the NFL apparently, in the course of questioning these women in their own independent investigation,
right,
made these women. Two of them have come out and said, like, the line of questioning and everything from the NFL made them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And minimized. And I guess they're like, you know, what kind of clothes were you wearing? And really putting the blame back on the women. And,
yeah,
you know, where does this come from? I have no idea. Like, you know, the women obviously now are feeling slighted. Every woman that got interviewed after that had their lawyer present, because apparently the lawyer wasn't present for these questionings.
Yep.
And every woman after that has said, like, the line of questioning went a whole lot better. So, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy.
And do you think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden now the FBI decided to step in?
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
You know, I mean, you know how I feel about the way the NFL is run, man. It's just, they just continuously show why, in my opinion, they're at the bottom of the professional sports organizations, man. Hey, really.
Yeah, and I know Tagliabue was like a kiss ass to the players, but Goodell's got to go.
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just wondering how much longer this guy is going to be able to last.
Who knows?
You know,
yeah.
It just doesn't seem like things are getting better under his rule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate. But alas, okay, let's end this on a good note. Let's have some laughs. What you got?
Okay. You know, to be a pro athlete, you have to have an ego, right? And I really honestly think that there's no bigger ego than the guys that play in the NBA. And
yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even know that this show existed. I'm going to have to go and find it. I don't know if it's a podcast or a TV show or what. But apparently, Draymond Green has his own show called Chips.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
And his first guest was KD himself. They played together on the Warriors.
What did this idiot say? Oh, I think I know what you're going to say. I think I didn't get to read about this. Okay, please, yes.
They played together on the Warriors, and apparently there was an argument in the locker room after a Clippers game there in Staples, and they felt like it went a long way in sowing seeds of dissension amongst the team. And these guys went and straight up blamed the GM and Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, I heard.
For the way they handle it, essentially dismantling that dynasty that we saw during the late teens. Durant says it wasn't the argument, it was the way that everybody, Steve Kerr, acted like it didn't happen. Bob Myers tried to just discipline you and think that would put a mask over everything. Now, Steve Kerr's the coach. He's not a babysitter. And, when it gets to, like, an argument like they said that they had, maybe that is when the GM needs to step in and the coach is just like...
Of course. That's his job, right?
Just play basketball and behave.
Right. But that's his job.
I'm not going to fault Steve Kerr on that one bit. Like, he was probably seething. This is a bunch of prima donnas acting like babies.
Oh, yeah.
And they pretty much cited the incident as why they ended up, or, Durant leaving the team and that whole team busting up.
And Draymond was agreeing with this?
Yeah.
Is he retired?
No, he's still playing as far as I know. Maybe not after this year.
Right! Oh, man, gotta love Draymond. Oof. Be interested to hear what Steve Kerr had to think about that particular podcast, that episode. Wow, yeah. WTF. But you know what, man? You know how I feel about Kevin Durant. He's a bandwagon jumper. He's not my favorite, one of my favorite players of the league, so,
Yeah, amazing talent. Nets aren't going to win shit with him.
Yeah, me personally, I don't feel like he's a team player. And yeah, prima donna, egos, first sign of adversity, he's going to leave you high and dry.
Yeah.
So, his word does not carry a whole lot of weight with me, personally. So, yeah. That's a pretty decent WTF, though. I like that. All right.
We'll have to look it up and listen.
Yeah, I'm going to do that shit right now. But let me just say, outsiders, and Mark, let me just update you right now. Bottom of the second, Orioles. They must have been listening because they are trying to prove us wrong. Right now, it is 2-2. Bottom of the second, Spencer Watkins he's managing. He's managing the game. So they're tied up. Who knows? They might get that win tonight. I mean, stranger things have happened. So, all right, well, on that note, everybody, we're going to sign off here. You know how we end this show. Baltimore spread love, yo. We're still in a pandemic. Wash your ass, wash your hands. Did I have that backwards? Whatever, wash both.
Not at the same time.
If you can do it at the same time, let's talk. This is Keisha and Mark signing off tonight. You guys have a great week. This is Just a Bit Outside. Peace.